We're going to use a life sling to recover somebody who went overboard. Let's take a look at it and see how well it works. So the buckle is on here.
That's after you get on there.
Right?
Right? And then you click that.
And then you pull this.
Okay. So our shackle can hook right under that. Yeah. That's how,
you're in the water.
Right? Under your arms. Yeah, you have to go under your arm. Yeah. That's it right there.
And then that's going to pull you up.
That's it, yep. Yep. I'm going in.
Once the person goes in the water, you pull the life sling out, throw it overboard, feed out the line, has about 150 feet of line on it that floats, and then you just circle the person. Alright, life slings out.
Okay, I'm turning back toward him.
Okay. Life sling is all the way out. This can be done under sail, but it's a lot easier to do it under power because you need to continuously circle the person to get close to them. Alright, he's got a hold of the line.
Good. Engine turning off.
Okay. You need to make sure you can stop the boat once the person is attached and you start hauling them in. You can also maneuver the boat next to the person and then toss them the life sling. Make sure all the rigging on your boat is strong enough for hauling the person in and raising them up. Practice Man Overboard drills, different conditions, different methods. See what works best for you. Somebody's life really does depend on it.
You want me to hook this here?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Alright, it's hooked.
Alright. We rigged a preventer, which is this line here from the end of the boom going forward. We tightened up the main sheet to pull the boom back while the preventer holds it forward. This keeps the boom from moving. We had an extra block and tackle that we hung off the boom right here, and then we ran this line back to a winch to haul jack in. Instead of using a block and tackle system on the boom, you can just use the main halyard. Tie a loop in the yellow line about 10 or 15 feet from the float, attach the main halyard to that, and haul the person in. The boom would be out of the way for this, it would stay centered. Just make sure the person doesn't swing into the side of the boat when you haul them up.
Oh, thank you, fellas. Oh. This was the hardest thing to do with the life jacket.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
And you're not a big person either.
I think you might be at the mercy of this.
I think it would
of this cinch.
Yeah.
Cannonball.
Now. Wait. Let me unclip it and then pull me and see what happens.
Okay.
So if you were able to get to this point,
Yeah.
right? That's working that way.
And then pretend you're unconscious.
If he's unconscious, he would have not been able to put it on himself
Yeah.
anyway.
You
So
have to
there
go
would
in
have
the
been
water.
another person.
Yeah, another person would go in the water and help him out. Get it all attached. You want me to clip it?
This is where using the main halyard could be helpful for hoisting the person. So you don't have to bend over the side of the boat and clip on that block and tackle. You just clip that main halyard to a loop in that yellow line.
Got it. Okay, coming up. Yeah, my arm's hanging down.
If the person overboard is unconscious, you may want to tie their arms down just so there's no chance of their arms raising up and them slipping out of the sling.
Okay, you're made. Stop.
Once jack is hoisted up, we ease the preventer so we can swing the boom back.
You can come up on that black tackle. There you go. Stop. No, we can ease him down.
Got it.
And start CPR.
So Dan, on a small boat, I don't think I'd have faith in the topping lift holding the boom.
I agree, the topping lift probably isn't strong enough to pull up, you know, 200, 250 pounds, whatever.
Yeah.
But putting something on the boom should be strong enough.
The boom itself would be strong enough. It's
Yeah.
how the boom is supported.
Right. But, you know, on a smaller boat like that, everything's lower. You should be able to
Yeah.
get the person on.
And you have your topping lift, and you can run your halyard back to the back of the boom too.
Yeah.
For extra strength.
Yeah.
2 different attachment points.
If you had a long enough,
So
or
you use a halyard as a topping lift?
And the topping lift is a topping lift. So you'd have 2 load points at the top of the mast holding up your boom for the load of the person on the boom.
yeah,
Some redundancy.
Yeah. For
you'd have
small
to make sure
boats.
your halyard is long enough to go to the end of the boom.
Yeah.
You know, and then just like we have, this separate block and tackle system could help to get the person up.
So you could conceivably do it on a small boat with
Sure.
a little extra rigging.
Yeah, yeah.
In theory.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try this and get hurt. That was really, in every way, easier than I thought.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really snug the person into the sling.
Where-
Tight.
Where is our person?
And it stopped.
Jack's right here.
It stopped their head from going forward too. He was laying,
They kept
pretending
his,
to be unconscious, and his head was going forward, but it was blocked by the triangle
Oh,
on the
yeah.
top.
Yep.
they kept his airway open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
Head back.
I like
Kind
it.
of reminded me of water skiing. When you
Yeah.
fall on the water ski and the boat slows down, turns
Right.
around.
Yep. Just follow the instructions.
Yeah. These are the instructions for the Life Sling. You can see in slide 5, it says 10 feet minimum clearance from the tow rail to the top of the tackle. We had about 6 feet on our boat, and it worked out fine. I could see on a smaller boat, might not work as well, tighter clearance. That might be a good time to use the halyard to raise the person. Just make sure your rigging is strong enough.